What's going on, guys? EK3 Mike here. Today we're looking at the Subframe. So I was lucky enough to get this from one of my Instagram friends who hooked it up. So what I want to do is get this thing cleaned up, looking right, replace everything. I like to always do what I like to call OEM plus, making something look like it should have came from the dealer almost, you know, with parts. Like when you're replacing parts, you replace it with something that's a little bit better than OEM. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. At first I wasn't gonna really touch the subframe, but I found a couple areas that had some surface rust. So I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna take the rack and send the rack to my buddy Evan, Bland Sarcasm, and he's gonna basically depower the rack for me. He's gonna turn it into a piece of gold, like he's been doing for everybody that sends him the rack. So big thank you to him. I'm gonna send that to him maybe next week. And the subframe is gonna go to the guys at JT PowderCoating, as well as the lower control arms. So here's a quick walk around of the subframe with the rack as it looks when it's removed from the car. I'm actually doing this voiceover here with my two kids. Say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
So anyway, as you can see, there's some rust, some surface rust on that side over there. Overall, very, very good condition. Very clean for its age. This came off of a, I believe a 98 Integra TypeR, JDM Integra TypeR. It being right-hand drive, that's what I needed for my right-hand drive Civic. And there's a little rust, like I said, but overall, great shape. Enjoy, guys. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this line. You see this rubber hose here that ends up going into a hard line that ends right here. So this is eventually going to get plugged. So we're just going to remove that first. All right, now that that's off, it's a little bit cleaner. You come around. You have 1, 2, and then these are both 14s, and then you have a 17 over here to get the rack off. All right, got some bolts removed. Now there's also a 17 on the bottom here, so you remove this one up here, the two 14s here, and the DC2s. Like I said, this was from a TypeR. Have this, it's almost like a strut bar, some kind of support brace for the subframe. It's pretty cool. Doesn't work with K-series on my Integra. I had to remove it. No big deal, doesn't really matter. But once we have this out and out of the way, then we could just pull the rack out. So now that's out. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Strut bar action, and then turn it. This is kind of tough to do with one hand, but got it free. Woohoo! Okay, let's walk it over. Alrighty. There you go. Right hand drive steering rack. Then I'm going to be sending to my buddy Bland Sarcasm. I will tag him so that if you want yours done, you could send it to him as well. And now with this, I'm just going to continue to break it down and get the subframe ready for powder coat. All right, so I turned the subframe upside down, a little bit easier to get everything off. what you're gonna wanna do is get this sway bar loose first. So these are gonna be 12s right here. Right there as well. Get those off. Yeah, those are off. Okay, sway bar is loose. We'll hit this with a 14. So these sway bar end links were pretty hard to get off. So I ended up just using a couple of friends to get them off. I'm not obviously reusing these, so it doesn't really matter, but sway bar is good to go. That's getting powder coated. I don't want to say what color yet, but I think it'll be pretty cool. And still working on this, so I'm gonna get these lower control arms off now. All right, so you got the jacket off, so you know that this guy is working. All right, so let's see what I'm up to. I got most of this stuff taken apart. Let's take a look over here. So you got your subframe, sway bar, and the rack. They're pretty much all ready to go. And now I'm gonna take these bad boys apart. I like to kind of take pictures and document everything when I'm taking stuff apart, just so it goes back the right way. As you can see by the shape of these, they only go on one way, and it's sat like this with another washer, whatever you want to call it, here. So it's always good to keep that in mind when you're putting it back together. Obviously this is getting thrown out, and I'm gonna get something either from Hard Race or K-Tune, something, a nice hard rubber. But just keep in mind when you take stuff apart, the orientation, how everything goes, so that you know, you don't mess it up when it's time to put it back together. You know, so it'll sit like that. Maybe I'll even zip tie it like this, you know, just kind of as a reminder. So this is what you're left with when you break it all down. There's a subframe. You could see how it's got a little more rust on this side here. It's all surface rust, it's nothing crazy. This side was actually pretty clean, but exactly what I needed. Right hand drive subframe. I'm gonna powder coat this sway bar right here as well, different color. I got these ready to go, and the rack is going to Evan. So that's pretty much it. Good to go. Stay tuned for the next video where I get it back from PowderCoat. I reassemble everything. Should be a good one. I'm also gonna send some wheels. I got some wheels coming soon. So I'm gonna send some wheels along with this stuff to PowderCoat. So when I get it all back, I'll do another video for that and the reassembly of the subframe. And I'm gonna do all new bushings, polyurethane bushings and stuff like that. OEM plus, keeping it better than it was from the factory. So like, comment, subscribe if you have any questions. If you've done this before, I've actually done it before on my Integra. I had the subframe powder coated mag blue, which I thought was pretty cool. But this I kind of want to stay more OEM, and I'm gonna keep it black. But yeah, that's it. So like, comment, subscribe, and hit me up. Peace.